Shit going on for a baby. Seeing some shit, man. Looking up shit, Miss Whitney. You know, 9th of August. We got to do it all right this time, you know. Giving it going and shit, you know. Giving it slits right here, baby. Try to get it on. Pour a little bit out. Take it on, shit, man. That's keep it on this East Coast in time. Gotta keep this motherfucker on bumping, baby. Let's do it. High gravity. 8.5, nigga. Just get a little bit up on this shit, man. And, ride it out. Shit, you know what it is. Coasting. Damn, it's Whitney, Houston, baby. Shit, I don't know what something out, but that's what we finna get with it. Hey, baby, this is past its existence. Know this shit. Sipping on this slick shit. It's like that. Let's get it, baby. I'm gonna do that. Even in the pits of some shit like hell. Still got some positive shit, baby. We'll put on with that motherfucker. Do it like that, man. Doing that. No tricks that's gonna pale, baby. Comparison. Right here. Shit ain't stale now. Still going. Still getting it. If we good, we gonna get it right now. First, we're gonna kick it off. I feel like Whitney Houston, there's some underrated, like, reality rap aspects, certain shit like that. Sports. Now, Aretha was known as the big ass sports fan, but I think that Whitney was kind of just right there with her, like something like that. It was somewhere close like that. I mean, we know Whitney sang the national anthem in the Super Bowl, which was one of the most significant, like, top 5 Super Bowls ever, because it was the first one of the Buffalo Bills. But you know, people know that shit was so close. I mean, you're talking about this Super Bowl that was won by 1 point. You know, but the New York Giants, you know, you see what they did. But the Buffalo Bills, both teams did their shit. But you see what happened with it. People know what happened with the score and all. So, but nonetheless, I'm just saying a lot of shit, man. With I think Whitney, I think she added something that underratedly to just certain different events, all this shit. Even underratedly, a little something with rap, especially late 1990s. You know, Mariah Carey and Missy Elliott. The motherfuckers was doing shit with, you know, Wu Tang and, you know, niggas down south, all that. But Whitney was in the mix. Just looking it up real quick, they say that her favorite rapper was LL Cool J. I'm not the biggest LL fan, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know. But don't get me wrong, LL is still obviously a top MC. I don't know the numbers and all that shit, but he's obviously a top MC. So I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, it's not somebody I've listened to millions of times, you know, like a Rakim, a Pop, but definitely, obviously, LL always rocked the show. always known for performance. Something that Whitney was into, big time performance shit. She hit it big wherever. You know, it's like certain MCs you got to do that when it comes to performance shit. You know, LL Rock, Rakim, all that era. Um, Shit. Another thing, real quick. She gets hella comparison. You know, people always put Whitney kind of come out on top, but she get hella comparisons, man. But again, bringing it back right back to the sports shit, we're gonna take a little look at some of the little shit that's just all around going on. You know, obviously people know the Browns, Shooter Sanders, and people saying Travis Hunter and all that shit going on, man. Obviously, it was a different NFL at Whitney's time, but I'm just saying, if you look at Whitney and Aretha, they always hit the next like eras with the sports fans, especially Aretha. She was just doing songs for the Lions, like anthems and songs and shit. It wasn't even really even 10 years ago. Aretha was doing shit live. So she always grew with the Lions, past Barry Sanders, all that. Whitney was on that shit too, but not to where Aretha was. But the Whitney was, close. I'm just saying, when you look at how the eras, work on and shit, you see how certain singers hold their shit to the era. Aretha was always able to hang. Whitney, she had that shit too. And also, I think with Whitney, there was a little bit more of the reality rap side. So I'm gonna hit on a bit to that shit. It's interesting to see the league and all that. You know, you still hearing shit. Again, both Sanders. Shiloh and Shooter, both obviously. I guess people just thought they was gonna be off or something, but obviously they just gonna get better. What else is it to do? As long as you doing shit to get better, you gonna get better. It's gonna be something that come out more. Shit. I even feel sometimes, when Dion was first came to the Falcons. Got to mention that era too, because Whitney was big in that time. I'm not saying she was all up in Atlanta, but she was everywhere. But I'm just saying, she was around all the motherfuckers that was around the clubs and shit, around with Deion Sanders and all that. She was around some of them motherfuckers, the singers, people around Jermaine Dupri, that was around the clubs and shit in Atlanta and all that. Whitney's been around some of them guys, in other places, of course. So ain't no made up shit, but I think people back to Deion Sanders. I think people thought prime time when he first came out. I guess people, I don't think they knew truly what to even make of his shit or his situation, like where he was gonna go. Because there was a lot of used to have all the talking shit because people used to call it about some showboating, and people want something that seemed like an original standard. When it comes to NFL, you always gonna get that big standard aspect. We know it's a white systematic business. So when you look at it years later, you still see that standard aspect when people look at, Shooter Sanders, right? When people look at him, there's a certain standard. I'm saying that you can see that people they're trying to find the flaw already or whatever like that. That's the same shit. They did a little bit of that with primetime back in the day. I'm just peeping that. But primetime shit, it was over celebrations and showboating. But they still was trying to come at the skills. They talk about a bit of the tackling and shit and all that. But obviously, he make a tackle if he had to. But you had DBs who was hitting it. They would say shit about that. He probably wasn't really doing it. But besides that, when you look at it, it's always a standard that the league, motherfuckers around the league can pop up. Like certain coaches and all that, analyzers can pop up, critics pop up. That's what it is. I think they always able to find the motherfucker who got a certain skill. Like if it's really, really, really where you can't really just box in the skill, right? You can't just label it. Then they already have how they can back that shit up because they can't label it. They come with the flaw viewer. Like they just straight looking for that fall and the flaw. Like I remember they was doing that shit with through prime time back in the day. They kind of it was something they was always looking for. Kind of fall off or slip. Like it was that was the big dude, especially with the whole so-called showboating and shit. But niggas just having fun and shit. But I think that's the key with a shootout. I think it's certain things when you look at it. It's not that it's prime time fall or anything, no. But when you look at it, they see that. I think I mean, I guess he look like he having fun out there, or whatever. So people trying to see where he gonna be in control at and all that type of shit. It's a standard look of shit like that. Though I think that kind of throw off the fun in the sports. It's at times like that. Basically the shit around the league. Um, when you look when when they can create what would go standard for a specific player, they try to make it reflect off everybody else shit too. So it's making it like, okay, the shooter shit, that's a big ass deal then. You know, like, so I'm just saying, like, see that there's a certain way of talk of shit with shooter that way back that primetime kind of had that shit too. I'm just peeping that. It's like if you got a little style and your shit, how that shit be, the NFL, some of these people when they look for football, play office basketball, they want it done in a certain way. They feel it's original. But obviously you don't have to be. It's just like motherfuckers had to work with Cordell Stewart and all that shit. But I guess as time went on, people just want the QB or certain shit to be a specific standard. They don't look for that breaking of that mold, man. So that's what it is, really. Basically. But obviously with this little era, Hunter playing both sides of the ball and shooter and all that and Cam Ward, obviously it's gonna bring in some type of style and type shit. It's gonna do that. That's just what it is. Whether you motherfuckers like it or not, that's what it is. But obviously, all of them are finna get their, work in. Obviously, I guess they're just gonna get better. It's just as long as they put their shit to that, you know, shit like that. So it is still work things out along the way for whatever specific position. But you know how people be, man. They gonna shit on it if you got a little style, even if it's not really a style. But you know how shit is. Just people on some Bruce Lee shit. It's like saying you got no style because you can work your shit like hella ways anyway, or some shit like that. That's what it is. Like, so I think it's just you gonna the era gonna have a lot of ways or some shit like that. I mean, you got the Cam Ward, you got other motherfuckers doing shit. Somebody hit the 70-yard field goal and shit. Even the kickers, goddamn, is doing shit. So you see this shit is just going like that. So that's what it is. Just a little era shit, man. Real quick. We finna get into some other shit. I'm gonna peep one of the analyzations of a shooter and the Browns and all that, and see what it is from there. This shit.
What a day this is. What a night last evening was. Everybody's talking about it right now. Let's talk about it too. Shedeur Sanders. I told you that 144th seal fell upon him in the draft. And the only thing that could have made last night better, because I thought it was perfect, better was if your boy catches that first slant route and Shador ends up with 144 yards. He had 138. That slant would have given him another 6 yards. It would have been 144. And I'm sitting here, because I'm watching Shador, and of course I'm pulling for Shador. That's axiomatic, self-evident. But so when I'm watching the guy run the slant route, I'm the receiver. And I'm getting mad because let me give you guys a little understanding. I grew up in a time where there were quarterbacks up under the center. So the quarterback says, set hut, takes the ball, snaps, he drops 3 steps back, you run three steps, and then you slant. So you learn a natural timing up process with the slant. I know, snap, 1, 2, 3. I got to get ready. He's ready to throw the ball. Boom. I come off the break. Young men today, growing up, and all playing all even the 7-on-7s, and it's all doing great stuff. They don't have a center. So you understand what I'm saying? A lot of times they are a shotgun. And so the kid has to learn to time up the timing without understanding the steps. So set hut, ball is in the air. He has to learn timing. What I mean by that, if that receiver comes in too fast, like he did last night, that first slant route, he comes in too fast. Shador is still in his drop and not ready to throw, and then he comes in too fast. You got to get that throw out quickly. That ball went a little high, but the receiver, he touches the ball, but he drops it because he's come so far inside that the linebacker's right there. I try to teach kids, or young receivers, I should say, call them kids, they're grown men. I try to teach receivers to understand the timing. That's why I always say it's great to know how to get open. It's even better to know when to be open. So now if I'm running that slant route outside, I'm going to take more time because I want him to get the ball, get his steps, and I want to keep the cornerback out here until the last second when he's ready to release the ball. Then I'm breaking in. You see, now I'm going to catch the ball much wider, which gets me away from worrying about getting hit by a linebacker because I didn't take that one step and go flying in there. I went up the field, held him, and then came up and boom. I mean, it's simple math. To me, it was always simple math because I can control that. I don't have to go so far in towards the linebacker. I can control the cornerback out here. That's next step stuff. Those young receivers did not do that, and they don't understand that. But outside of that, and outside of that little bobble, because he could have gotten that first down if you catch the ball the first time. That receiver caught it the first time. But all of that, I'm so happy with his performance because I saw what I needed to see. And I think a lot of people saw what they needed to see. And a lot of people need to fess up and be real about what they saw. They saw what they had seen in college at Colorado and what they had seen in Jackson. You saw exactly the same thing. A man that understands how to play in pressure situations. And that was a pressure situation. He's throwing, it's almost like Cleveland said, damn, we got to play you. We don't have anybody else. I told you God set that up because the seal of 144. And then he went in there and played like that. So let's just see what happens now. I don't now. Come on. I'm just gonna wait. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's wait to hear what everybody starts saying Monday. Now, very few people would stand up and speak up and say, I was absolutely wrong. Very few people are going to say it. But I try to tell you, everything you wanted to see, he outran, the defensive line and got around the corner because people said he couldn't run. Can't run like his dad. Let me give you a secret. Can't no damn body run like his dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not him, not nobody. And let me tell you how I know. I know. So stop with all of that now. The man did a great job eluding rush, standing in the pocket. Remember, he holds on to the ball too long. Remember that old stuff coming out? And I said, well, we can switch that and just say he stares down the barrel and make a play. And he made that play. He stood down the barrel and made a play. Had pressure all around him. Never took his eyes from up the field and always looked to make plays. Damn, that was good yesterday.
That was some good shit. What I like, you could tell he was, when I say he was working hard, when I'm looking at it, it's like he had an ease with it, a certain calm. So that motherfucker already seeing past all the criticism. Just saying it like that, man, because I think that I mean, people look at the skills and attributes, but I think he was just in the zone. I mean, he may have not been like perfect timing, like Mr. Michael Irvin said, but I think that he was in a certain place that wasn't expected. Like you in that place, like that Herman Moore shit. That Herman Moore said, me and Barry, with all the noise in the Silver Dome, we could go to a place, even with all that noise around in the Silver Dome, we go to a place and find like a calm that ain't in the world. I think it's just, we just working this shit, you know, past the skill. I mean, yeah, he ain't really, I mean, he ain't got to be the fastest. He ain't the fastest, but thing is, he got the quick ass feet to, you know, get up out of the, get up out of the way of the D line, you know, shake them, all that. He got enough to move around with. So, but that's all the QB needs anyway. He don't need to be, you know, prime time speed. No, that's some bomb shit. But you know, he ain't got to be Vic at all. But Vic or prime time, them tools, oof, that's some damn speed. But as long as he can still, you know, evade the pressure on it, get his feet right, boom. Bro. He ain't one of them QBs, you know, they used to call the shit the statue QB. You know, they could throw, but they the movement, oof, it was like the shit was stuck or something, like, or they just couldn't move fast enough. Some people work they shit. With even if they were statue, they still had even a little movement. It depended on the QB, you know. But some were like straight up statue, but they could bomb. Some QBs had just enough to get away, but shooters got a little more than just enough. But it's still not. It's not prime time speed, but he's got more than enough to get around. I think that's gonna work some defenses further on. 'Cause, you know they looking to take a motherfucker head off anyway. So I think it's just his timing. I think that quickness. He got some quick ass feet. It's not like super fast speed, but the quick feet. Oh, you gonna be able to work some of the other defense. Them motherfuckers fast. Oof. D line and all that. My back. Man. Yeah, man. Just saying that. I think that that's what it's gonna be. I mean, D gonna look to get at him like any other QB, but they looking at shooter off the standard anyway. Like it's a certain way that they expect them not to get through. I guess they just looking to uphold the standard shit. I think that's what's happening. And this ain't bringing in no old racist Mr. White Man talk and all that shit. I'm just saying I think there's a standard certain people are looking to uphold about a quarterback who got a style. He's not super fast, but he's got enough speed to get out. You know, like Steve McNair wasn't super fast, but Steve McNair could, you know, get up out the pocket. So mm, look at this shit. Cam Newton talking about a harsh reality check for Shula Sanders. But just say I think he's just gonna get better at the time, and it's just like that, man. It's just the timing aspect will get better. But to see him just out there and he wasn't really exactly looked at as no starter from the initial point, but to do his shit, I think it's on point. Way back, people didn't expect Zach Thomas to do no shit. They said we just expected him at the most to really be special team, back up on linebacker. But game one for Zach Thomas, linebacker, Dolphins, came out starting. I mean, it's just shit. You know, he did his thing on from there. You never know. Shit, it's how the shit go. But he wasn't starting or nothing like that in training camp. It's just like Mr. Shooter wasn't starting at a point in training camp. Eventually, boom, you goddamn get to the preseason game and he's in there. You know, on the first or as the first option QB. I mean, yeah, people know that situations like this change or add into the era anyway. So it create a new look. But you know, the standard aspect of shit tries to keep it to a certain look for what the overall league is looking for on QBs. They're not exactly looking for the shooter, you know, his way or that way of things of how he's doing it. But he's doing it though. He just, you know, of course, going to work it, just getting, got to get better. That's it. I mean, you know, that's going to happen. You know, Era ain't going to be stuck up on no one standard QB type shit. I think that shit just turned to shit. I mean, what the fuck they looking for anyway? I mean, I know what the fuck they looking for, but what I'm saying is what the fuck they wanted to be stuck on a certain standard where it's not gonna really, it ain't gonna go nowhere. They want somebody else to be this face of the shit or whatever, man. That, instead of looking at just what they got and then seeing that person, in this case, Mr. Shooter for the Browns, seeing what they got. The league don't be about that shit in certain instances. Hell no, they want a specific motherfucker. That's how it be. We gonna get on to this shit, man. It's interesting because I get mentioned Aretha Franklin and her doing her shit. It was I think at one of the Calvin Johnson last games or last season or some shit like that. She was singing and all that. I mean, even though we done had Jerry Rice, look what Calvin Johnson did. Look what Randy Moss did. I mean, just mention Aretha because you look at the era, just a certain standard. But when you look at each song that she came with, whenever she sang for the Lions or shit like that, it was always something representative. Like the industry will, they know Aretha and what she's about, but she always still try to surpass that. I think that's what it's about, really. Surpass it, and you know, you still representing some older shit. So it's like saying a QB could be like Cordell Stewart, but they still gonna have something from the fundamentals of the past. So it's still something there. Like it's you know always rapping. But, you know people don't be trying to give nobody no damn chance. You know how that shit go, man. Yeah, I'll get to this shit right here, man. Gonna give this shit a chance, man. Talking about bit of Miss Whitney Houston, you know. Although the era we mentioned, of course, was again the Buffalo Bills 1990s era. But look how much that shit brought something in, Jim Kelly. And then that offensive coordinator, they did the I think it was Marshall Broder or something. Look what he did later with the Ravens and Vinny Testaverde. I mean, it's always something, man. It come along unexpected, man. Because nobody else had an offense like the Ravens when they first came in, along with that defense and shit that went to the Super Bowl. Ravens 2G, you know, all that. Ray Lewis and all that shit. But again, just mentioning that aspect. something I seen on the Ravens. Okay, like the Hills. I seen some of the Ravens were showing Mr. Henry, Derrick Henry, running the Hills. It wasn't no Jerry Rice or Walter Payton type Hills, but it was still Hill shit. You just working into running back shit. Certain skills and different stop timing runs and all of that. They were doing some, they're just drills. But Jerry and Walter, they was personally running them Hills, like just just straight running them bitches like that. Just at that, then there was a major incline they had, so it was different than Derrick Henry Hills. But even so, it's still good to see the variation of like Derrick Henry shit um, differ from Walter Payton or Jerry Rice's aspect of Hill shit. You know, what Jerry did with the touchdown on the Hills and the running on the track also. Walter, he had what he did too, like that. So, I mean, it's always good on some adding shit if it's practical or some shit like that. Like in this case, the Hills, if it's something practical. Now, yeah, Derrick Henry wasn't running no Walter Payton type of Hill shit. He was doing some crazy shit. Um, Jerry Rice too, but, but even so, yeah, here you go, hill runs. Yeah, these hills are a little different, but they going for some quicker shit. Um, Walter and Jerry were going for, I guess they were going for the whole package of damn endurance, if you will. And there was a lot of personal psychological shit. They just wanted to beat that big ass incline. It always got them every time anyway, but they could still get through. So it was a little more personal. Just like when you hear Michael Irvin explaining back then, kind of receivers looking for certain timing. I mean, yeah, it was different with the old cuts and shit they would do. Like, it wasn't so much speed based, but nowadays, wide receivers, these motherfuckers fast as hell. It's just more speed. So you can see the hill shit that Derrick Henry doing clearly is going for more speed than the old Jerry Rice psychological shit. They was somewhere else with it. Obviously, it's just how it worked. Like they shit was more the challenge and the obstacle of that incline. That's what they was actually going for. So when you see the people they train with, the people was on that same shit. Like, it'd be like some regular motherfuckers training with. But they had like Ricky Waters and all that with Jerry Rice. But you had a few regular motherfuckers, man. It was something about a challenge. It wasn't even about the football or the skill. Like obviously Mr. Henry got, you know, he got something to go with. It's on the field. He's getting, you know, getting to put that in use on the way he runs. I mean, you do a lot of shit. You do a lot of shit. You run real, hard. But again, that's more skill shit. When you look at Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, they shit was all about an obstacle and the day and the nature and the incline and some old mental shit or something like that. So it was different. But ain't nothing wrong with it. But that's how you get certain shit. So we peek back to Miss Whitney real quick. Um, they ain't just showing up like on the stage like they came to Super Bowl and they doing anthem and all that. Man, it was a little bit more when the Lions see Aretha, which was not even like 10 years ago. They saw Aretha. She there. She doing the singing. Same way back when it was Whitney. Um, it's just certain aspects we get that shit to happen in. Boom. Then you got the reality rap shit of Miss Whitney, what she was on. And this shit where we gonna take it real quick. Obviously, Whitney in the 1990s, she was around pot, big, uh, just, people around Puffy, all that shit. Um, got the fans called Nippians, Nip, Joe, Newark shit, all that, all that shit. Favorite singer James Brown, she had a bit of that. So people try to play Whitney and talk about the whole female vocalist shit. It's like again, this is singing. So you see, she got a little something from James Brown, but they still so different. But then look at how when they perform, the way they express. I mean, there is a little something you could tell Whitney came apart with James Brown, kind of like Michael Jackson. Man. Shit, what it's about, you know. Because see, it's like saying all shit that advanced don't mean it's the best shit, but like we looking at the whole Travis Hunter, Shooter Sanders, and all of that. Um, if it's on point, then the shit on point, then it's good shit. But all shit, that advantage don't mean it's great. But we talking about the shit that is good. People still gonna fuck with it. So you know how that go. Shit. Yeah, this particular season of the NFL with Shooter and you know Cam Ward and all that. I think it's gonna put aside certain standard shit that usually get looked at for how QBs run the team or work the team, the offense and shit like that. I mean, I think it's gonna put it on into something a little more than just the QB shit. It go a little past just football because you still got the perception, so it's still a mind aspect, body aspect of the day. But obviously, the mind should be different because there's so much physical speed and shit going on. I think you're gonna get a little certain different look, is for the times of some years, to come with this shit. I think that's what's gonna happen on. It's gonna, it's gonna make some shit, man. Pop, man, for real. We we gonna see what's up on the shit. It's like everybody else gonna see the shit too, man. We gonna see what's happening. It says right here, yeah, Whitney has mentioned, Wyclef before and Darkchild. Darkchild, do the producing shit, did the shit with Lawnia. Um, song Can't Let Go, all that shit. That late 1990s R&B. Yeah, man. Obviously, she had a little underrated aspect with the certain hip hop, rap, reality rap people. Yeah, that was a thing right there. So, get to some of this other shit. I believe Whitney Houston, there was even Heavy D, at a point. Not exactly, the biggest Heavy D fan either, but still, though, obviously, Heavy D was known as just shit. Hey, I mean, he, did it how he did it, he brought in something, a little different, just a jam. Shit, Offset said he met Whitney, dancing the video. I mean, Whitney was always progressive, so I think that's just big shit. I mean, she put it on for the era. There's always some progressive shit when it came to Whitney Houston. That's what it's about. Like I feel like she represented the shit the most, like with her, not just the singing, but I mean like whenever she dropped an album or the impact shit she had, always like represented like the era time. She did that. I mean, again to say Offset was in a music video with Whitney Houston, all that shit. Shit, wow, it's Billboard.com. So you looking on. Damn, shit, that's deep right there. But he used to also have Missy Elliott, all that shit in the video. I mean, on the album, yeah, she always hit it with the next big hip hop shit that was, buzzing or had something going on around it. No, it's just again a little underrated aspect. I think the reality rap scene for Miss Whitney, like, a bit. We all know she was around there, but popping big shit. Even knew some of the drama and shit that was trying to play at a nigga, popping all that, but you know how this shit be. Yeah, here go the Atlanta shit of Whitney Houston. People talking about she was in Atlanta, Georgia for an event, so she rocked Atlanta too, all around the Falcons. Shit happening with the Braves and Falcons of Deion Sanders and Primetime, all that shit. Andre Rivers, all that club shit. Yeah, Atlanta had it all going on at the time a bit. Oh yeah, man. But shit, just to say, yeah, when he was big shit everywhere, really. So yeah, when it came to Heavy D and Diddy, yeah, of course, though Diddy was not really popping like later, but Heavy D was with Whitney Houston at the wedding, 1992. So I mean, Whitney was always doing that motherfucker up big anyway. You know, yeah, we gonna have Heavy D, and that's no pun intended, but. Oh, I guess you can take it as pun intended. No, it's really not. It's just saying she was doing it up big, and Heavy D was always, he was always doing it up big too. Shit. It's Whitney friends at the wedding and shit, but they were there. Shit. It's a whole thing with it, man. But shit, we gonna go on and get this shit on going. Yeah, you gonna see a lot of shit across over here. With the Houston motherfucking cocaine they talking about, and, this certain shit, like, all that, man. Yeah, she had her shit she was doing, whatever, Mary Jane, all that shit. Damn, that motherfucker had to hit it big. She always brought it on her voice. Like, she always brought that shit. Like, she always made sure the time period, the era, all that. She always had it like it was gonna work out. You could tell. Like, the way she would bring the singing, the expression. Shit. And besides that too, um, we look at people saying shit, man, about Whitney Houston and the genre that she did. It's great when you see people not define her in one standard and what they will consider her as, even though she is obviously a pop artist. That seems a little too industry standard. Like, seems a little more on the Arista or Clive Davis side. When you look at Whitney, how the fuck she sang and expressed, I see why this person say, the person called Welcome to the Culture says, once again, we will not consider Whitney Houston as an R&B artist. She's a soul singer. Because the R&B shit started to get all, washed and watered down, with the standard. But when you talk about soul, you got to hit that shit a certain way. I think Whitney had it all, though. She had even the reality rap shit with Missy Elliott and all that. Hey, Missy could be like a soul singer, too. She wasn't really R&B. It's like a certain soul. Like Mary J, you say it's soul sometimes, but usually they just classify it as R&B. But Whitney, with all the classifications, she definitely had the soul aspect for sure on what she was doing. So I can see why this person say that about Whitney. But we gonna fuck with the reality rap shit real quick. I like that aspect. I see she was mixed and around and shit.
To me, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Close the door behind you, leave.
Shit, we gonna get to it all. We're gonna take it back real quick. Get some shit here. Be going up another motherfucking hill, baby. Derry Henry, Walter Payton, Jerry Wright, all that shit, man. Do something with the shit. This gonna be the joint with, Biggie and all that. So it's not really a LL Cool J shit. But man, It's all they join. It's the Puffy remix, all that. Peep that. I mean, that's a big ass. Obviously, that's some significant time in NYC. Besides all the Tupac shit happening, this shit was man, this shit that really took it. Like this was where like obviously New York was trying to go, but where shit ended up happening like in the late 1990s. I mean, although Puffy was popping, they ain't keep a certain way about it with the damn music though. It was something like it just didn't have it like this shit right here. But late 1990s still had it with certain motherfuckers like Mob Deep or some shit like that. They still had it. DMX was bringing it, Big Pun, all that, shit right there. But a lot of the other shit for New York was just commercial, just all around. We talking about this certain point right here, like Craig Mack and this motherfucker, man. That shit was happening there right there. That's where you want to really see that shit for real. That's where you want to really be at it with that shit. This was like this shit. They was coming at it right to a motherfucker. This was really the flavor, man. For real. And you had all that living single shit, Latifah and all that. I'm talking about like just like obviously they had the flavor shit on there, the little magazine shit. I know that came out before this song, but people gonna say some shit, but it still had. It still, I'm just mean that era, like that Latifah era, that shit, Redman, all that. It's funny, people talk about living single or friends. I always look at that as just a strange comparison because none of the episodes were similar. People try to say, oh, it's, friends stole from living single, and, it's actually some bullshit. You're talking about the episodes. There was nothing really stolen. But when people look at the concept of apartments, the friends, grown as hell, living with each other in the same apartment. Living Single was the first one doing it though. And then Friends came out 1 year later and did that same idea of grown ass friends living in the same apartment. But that's an idea, a concept. It's not an episode and shit like that. So Friends, you could say, yeah, they went off the living single idea, or they were influenced. I would say they were influenced by the idea of the friends in an apartment, grown as hell. But that's just the idea. When you talk about the shit coming out, it's got to be the episodes. The episodes and Friends and the aura of Friends and all that coffee shop shit and cats and all that was so different from Living Single. Living Single was, again, so far fucking different from Friends. Living Single shit was more reality rap, bebop, jazz, like Kyle sing. So different. It was so different than Friends. So I don't see the steal when it comes to episodes. I get the idea, concept shit. People will go off that. People go off concepts. But when you talk about the episode shit, that's a whole nother different thing right there. It's different. The single clearly had a different aura. They, having Cheryl Miller and all that shit. It was way different than anything from Friends. So I don't know why people try to make the certain comparison to that. I really don't get that. Apart from a whole, yeah, I get the whole, they in an apartment in New York City, grown ass friends. I get it, but that's just an idea. That's a concept. It's not an episode. The episode is based off of a particular issue and all that. So obviously, Friends is predominantly predominantly white people. So you can see there's gonna be more of that. They were great with storyline. When it comes to storyline shit, I think Friends storyline match. They can match Living Single shit, but Living Single was better when you talk about their flow with the reality rap, soul R&B, bebop. Living Single was better on that. Like the music shit, all that. The aura of Living Single was more flow. Yeah, that's away from the storyline. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about like storyline shit. Friends had his own shit. And they was excellent with it actually. It was pretty great and excellent with it. They storyline shit, that's what people sing with that. It could match. other shows, including Living Single type of storyline. But we talk about the way Living Single did it. Look at the flow. Look at how they went past like the script shit and all that. Man, that's right there. I'm not saying Friends didn't have unscripted shit, but I'm saying that Living Single shit was a flow of reality rap with the bebop and all of that. That was way damn different than Friends. It's not the same shit. So I don't know where people get that from. It's not the same shit at all. The auras, the representation of Living Single shit was way damn different than anything on Friends. But Friends was no Friends had good ass episodes, but not dissing Friends. Friends had excellent episodes actually. What we're saying is that their auras was way damn different than Living Single. Living Single shit, their flow, it was something else, way different. Like it represented something with the reality rap. All it was way different. So I think people sometimes fuck up the error of certain judgments, trying to show up one show or the other. Yeah, you can say whichever one was better. Nigga, we feel like Living Single had it because that reality, the bebop shit. Friends weren't doing no shit like that. They weren't doing no shit like Cal saying, hell no. It's because Living Single is different. The people are different. You know, the black people different doing this shit they doing. But Friends was great for what they was doing with predominantly white, just how they was living. It was different shit. So I think people they start trying to come everyone over the other. I just think they was two different damn shows, away from the concept. We get the concept shit, apartments, grown ass friends. Yeah, Living Single did it first. Friends came out a year after and did it. But that's just the idea concept. It's not the episode. When it comes to episode, them motherfuckers did some different shit. That's what it come down to. You know, it's like we talking about these hills. So everybody's water paying did it different, but it's still hills. I mean, but it's just different shit. You know how it be. But way two different niggas, way too different. Like Jerry Rice had this on both of them face challenge, but water paint shit might have been a little more reality based. Because especially after his career, people talked about the depression and water paint was feeling suicide, whatever shit, just different shit. It was a lot of shit they were saying water paint was, we saying it was time, but some of them were just some old people were just over judging water and how he was handling the reality after football and shit like that. But even so, again, he was dealing with more psychological shit than I think Jerry Rice did. But don't get me wrong, Jerry Rice to go football player, but Walter Payton is like the best, like all around guy, including off the field. When you talk about how he got through like certain shit in reality. So even though he did the hill shit, it was a certain different mentality. It wasn't the exact same as Jerry Rice, but it's two different niggas, but it wasn't the exact same. You know how it be. So I think people get thrown off by trying to judge someone to like more of a bullshit standard. Like when you look at the Jerry Rice shit, don't get me wrong, Jerry Rice was overcoming shit and all that, but he wasn't necessarily dealing with the same shit that Walter was dealing with, like personally. Like, and Walter was getting through shit too. This is after his career too. But even during the all the hill shit when he was playing, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's still like you see the mentality was hardcore kind of getting through, but it still be more shit going on. And Walter was handling this shit. So yeah, man. But we gonna get up at this shit right here. And I think when you look at Whitney, just bringing it back to the personal shit, I think that Whitney don't get enough credit. I think that she kind of sang her way through her shit. That's that's a booming shit. But if you go with some of her favorite people right here, LL, Big, Puff. I mean, it's the shit she.
The Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your cool down. You have arrived. Your surprise for mom. And your weekend escape.
Okay, this is the shit that these were the artists she was into. So boom. But we're not doing it just because of that. Just doing this shit because it's just the era. think she was important to people like like obviously she was around Pac and Puff and all that shit. I mean, Whitney was in the thick of this shit to an extent actually. And she knew the Mary Jane spot. She knew Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown was on some shit too. Man. Atlanta to wherever. Yeah, that's it, man. Nigga motherfuckers peep, baby, past the standard. It's like that. Shit. It's Whitney Houston. Yeah, man. This ain't no cap up on no shit, baby. It's just what's happening. Getting there. Doing that. Ain't standing with no bullshit, industry plant or anything like that. Like, people always got these shit about a standard. And how that shit fall off or whatever. Try to make somebody just not be able to stand it. It's like the heat, the drama, all that. People want to make motherfuckers get back, and everybody coming to somebody. It's like that whole just that whole fleet of cars. People, all that clubs, the motherfuckers around, sponsors, the media, the party shit, all that getting wild. Motherfuckers fucking fogging up shit, whatever. Limos. I mean, you have that, but then you got the reality expression, all that. What motherfucker been through, what motherfucker, you know, been going, or where they finna go, all that shit. Efforts, just expression, soul shit. Yeah, it's not the bullshit industry rituals. I think Whitney was definitely more on some shit, man. Right there. Peep the damn visual. In there. Wasn't just big star fame type shit. Or big star came and then called it quits or about this bitch and made a final exit or some shit. Nah, it wasn't even that. It's a lot more than that. He was definitely within some of this reality rap shit on it. Yes, sir. Shit. Peep this motherfucker on. Doing that. Bump with Mr. Master Chill. Fuck it.
Come out and play. I know y'all.
something, man. Shit going real quick.
Gotta do a remix, right?
Niggas is mad, I get more butt than ashtrays. Fuck a fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, nigga ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote. More guns than roses, foes is shaking in their boots. A visible bully, like the gooch, disappear, vamoose, you whack to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics, the shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad cause my style you're admiring. Don't be mad, UPS is hiring. You should have been the cop, fuck hip hop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the gat a lot. The flame's about to drop.
Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm just kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. Word up, no rap, no crap, you bore me. Wanna grab my dick, too lazy, hold it for me. I'm straight rap great, bust the head strict and dreads, I'm everlasting. Like it's so on pro catch, a tech 9, when I rhyme, plus I climb, word is bond. Your album couldn't fuck with one line. It's been 3 years since your last tear, but now I reappear, your heart pumps fear. To your gut, did your girl's butt. I scraped it, shaped it, now she won't strut. I smash teeth, fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith. You won't be around next year. My rap's too severe, can get bad flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear.
2194, mad motherfucking hardcore. It's my time to burn, to explore. The flavor in your ear is the Boy Scout. I make outs, I make other rappers have doubts. You're fucking with the wrong clan and the wrong man, that's it. Now you got to get your dome split. I'm going into my knapsack with my cat. Take off my hat, yes, I'm just cool like that. The dangerous, the ruggedness from the flappers abyss. BLS 97 kiss bastard. I'm gonna live long in this rap game. Niggas know my name, Yo Puffy.
Diamond flame, you're jiggling, baby. You're jiggling, baby.
Blotitious, skeevy, delicious. Give me couscous, love me good. Damn, Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? I guess like the jeans. Flavor like praline, sick daddy, I mean. Papa love it when he does it. Niggas buzz it. But tell me, was it really just the flavor that be clogging your ears? The most healthy behavior is to stay in the clear. It's all for you, it's really all for you. Hunch back, close your eyes, try to munch that. Oil up your ankles, let your Timbs tap. Bite the flavor, it reacts to your gold caps. Word to mama, I tongue kiss up a piranha, electrocuted barracuda. I'm here to bring the drama.
Yo, flavors in your ass grease. Watch the vibes about to bring the noise on these. Let me loose up the belly of the beast. Everybody, hey, you better believe it's Busta Rhymes the great. We bout to rip the tri-state, yo. Hey, I split your face and give you stitches. Throw niggas and bitches, slap the ass on fat bitches. Wait 1 second, as I get down, I'm rolling with the heavyweight connect through the stomping ground now. Don't you get suspicious? Grant your wishes and
Gonna peep on some shit here. Gonna peep a little bit of this workout shit right here. Yeah. Some other shit. This bitch like that 1994, nigga. Yeah. Nigga ain't switching on no time, baby. No matter how time go. Yeah. It's like rightfully for that motherfucking 1994 shit. Doing that. Going at it like, damn. The shit don't be ruined by no stats either. Just doing that like that, man. Fluid. Keep it intact. Going at this shit. Want people like Mr. Derrick Henry up the hills, baby. Yeah. Get the challenge and shit a bit, but not quick. You know that shit. It's like that. Ain't this the motherfucking O.J. Simpson time? They talking about the gloves, all that. You know, it was murder trials. They ain't about, you know, who gonna goddamn put the snitch shit on the lip. All that, along with the gloves and the fit. It was all of that. But it looked like the circumstances still get deep. So deep. Damn. Even the judge had to look at some shit when it came to O.J. Simpson. And the so-called, you know, that the so-called Bronco speed. Yeah. And all the other shit around it. Yeah. It was about was O.J. trying to flee or not. Shit. O.J. do it or not. Fuck it, you know. Because some of these rules are lynch a nigga past the knot. So, you know how that shit go. Just peeping on one of the reality challenges. Yeah. They try to tear fucking throats. Shit, it goes. Keeping the breathing up, all that. But in the game they really involved, they did it. I mean, you know, people gonna have their views. This is what it is. Just mention something, keep something on the times. It's 94. Yeah, motherfucking Cochran in the coke though. Yeah. They trying to see a nigga just fried and stewed, man. Stewed, you know, end up in, you know, pissed, get the lethal injection. This was the time. Beat before you get through. Yeah. They want to look for that type of lookout type shit for OJ. They want to do the railroad shit. Fuck a beat. Fuck a horn through. All that. You know. So it's just trying to, you know, toy the nigga to see him just, you know, do the whole, you know, just just buckle through, just fall through. Looking for that. Do the grab. You know that shit. They say bury motherfucker out in the jail. That's what it is. See, you know, they turn the motherfucker, put it down, all that. People smell, you know, all that shit. There you go. Somebody dead down bad. And this ain't no bitching or complaining, just saying. People was looking at OJ like that. Then you had the other motherfuckers. You know, no, OJ ain't did it. Shit, OJ gotta beat the justice system. All that, you know. OJ gotta, you know, what's up, just shit, you know, get through all that. But he must have been through all that shit. She tried to bend him, but that's the fucking justice system. Yeah. It's like, but did he do it? Did he do it? Shit. Hey, people will say, hell yeah, that nigga did. So people will say, nah, man. Shit, judge, I don't think so. Hey, if you ain't just standing shit, you know how it be. Just kicking on some shit, man. But they all like that. There you go. Shit. Now, when you look at certain shit going on with OJ and the bro, Nicole Brown Simpson, obviously they were both at each other. They were both at each other. You know, this remind me of Carlos Monzon and the situation that happened with his wife. But they were physically caught, like physically fighting over fucking hotel balconies. And boom, you know, he fell over. She fell over. But they were both physically fighting. They were both known to physically fight. You know, people look at Monzon as somebody who would be, but then Monzon has actually been fucking shot or so by one of the bras or whatever like that. But she was also physically fighting. Now, this is way before the broad who fell off the fucking balcony. Then, you know, she ended up dead. Uh, this would be after Monzon retired, but kind of something like OJ. But in OJ's case, didn't no bitch fall off the balcony, obviously. This is the bitch caught up getting yeah, killed. Just, you know, all that. So it was like that. Like this one was a little seemingly more personal, you know, somehow. I'm talking about like up close. Uh, the broad that Monzon was with, obviously that happened off a balcony, so it wasn't the same. Then you had the Ron Goldman mix and shit like that. Yeah, it's just, uh, I mean, it had a lot of shit mixed in. It wasn't just OJ and Nicole Brown Simpson. There's a little more to there, just say it like that. It wasn't just straight up like Monzon versus the broad who fell off the balcony. That was a little different. This case had extra motherfuckers in it. Obviously, people know that. Damn, 1990, oh yeah, one of the most underrated times talking about race. This before all that Trayvon Martin shit. Just some real deal shit around the reality rap. It wasn't just no music, man. But some motherfuckers, you know, just about music. But I mean, certain, you know, few, but you know, it's just reality rap. This shit Pac was saying, you know, all that really real like that. And there's a lot of shit out there with the justice system shit, man. In terms of, it's like the justice system was kind of going at blacks in certain instances. When you look at all these riots and shit like that, it really was like the justice system was out there. See, there's some different shit than ICE, immigration, and all that. Totally different situations. In this case, you can say that just they were actually were going at motherfuckers in the city and the shit, the niggas and all that, the bros, all that shit. It was kind of like that. This away from the OJ shit. Maybe just make that a little clear on this. Yeah, it was really that. You know, Jay was in the mix of some of this shit happened, man. For real. Yeah, certain shit against Simpson used the whole arthritis and medical shit. They said no, he wasn't taking his medicine, but the records showed that actually Simpson was taking his medicine, so it wasn't it wasn't to be that his hands were swelling inside the gloves to make them not fit. Even if his hands were swelling, the shit didn't matter. The point was they were wrong about OJ not taking his medicine. OJ was taking his medicine, shit like that. You know, you had these little aspects of it. So everything wasn't solely just, you know, where it showed like, oh, OJ did it or whatever. What I'm trying to say is that certain shit was what people felt, certain shit, in terms of evidence shit was shown, at least for certain shit. Certain shit showed OJ ain't did that shit. Certain shit. Not all of it. Not all of it. You know. So for certain shit to not be where he, you know, it shows he did it, then obviously you know there's a little more to the situation. Shit right there like that. Yeah, yeah. You know, we got off all of this shit, which is good shit though, man. It's just the time. We're finna bring it back to the flavor. Yeah, right there, man. You know. Yeah. Certain shit seems to just, you know, wreak and trauma. Seem bleak. Yeah. Bleak in time. Fucking awaken. Just drive it, bitch. It's the flavor. Some people talk about ending cycles. How the fuck the life goes. People look for the vital fits, man. For the vital shit to fit, you know, and all that. Trying to make that standard on somebody. Saying some shit. These soldiers, man, crying through this shit. Take it on. No matter how much they talk about the crime and the fit and the bill, 1994, all that, man. The grind on. Hey, we finna goddamn hit it like the hill, baby. Finna people shit. It's real. Working in it, working in it, doing something like this. I don't know where we going with this, man. Shit, far into it. Getting the aspects going. Shit, it serves and then, you know, it serves and then it gets it. That's how we working in this shit. Trying to do this shit, man. Motherfuckers that try to be there inspecting in it. Or inspectors of it. Peep the shit all this society. You know, worsening shit. In the days of the shit, man. shit. Let's get this shit. Let's say some shit for a minute. Peeps on. Getting at it. Shit. Talking about pain and shit. Addict, whatever. How the fuck they want to call it? Drug shit,
I like to say, Derek,
drug shit, drug shit, whatever. Riding Bronco. About did some murder on the way. All that. How somebody got through. Yeah. Oh, they was definitely looking big at O.J. Simpson, man. Shit. You know the motherfucking Colts. Oh, you know they want to goddamn halt you, man. They got you. You know how that shit go. Right. Shit. That was Rod Goldman, Nicole Brown Simpson. Bouncing shit, man. Bouncing, you know, the whole uh, statements around the interests of that shit, man. Yeah. Whole glove shit. No, this ain't Gary Payton defenses either. But shit, you have some shit going on like that. Shit. West Coast in this bitch. So we on this East Coast time. You know, I think motherfuckers tried to look at Johnny Cochran and O.J. Simpson and sell out both in this bitch, man. Sell them all. Like, you know how people was siding with motherfuckers and not siding. It's just like any rap was not with the rap shit, but you had the reality rap, like fans that fuck with the reality rap. It's all like that. All that size and shit. There was some real shit. Pop be saying shit like that. I mean, at the time, man. Shit. Going past the standard, man. Yes, sir. Doing this shit. Here we go.
I like to say, Derek, he's one of the one percenters. We have 3 or 4 hills that we kind of use over the off season. This one and the one across the way here has become one of the tougher hills